Hello, this is Andrew, and I'm joined here with Chris.
Yo.
And today we are unboxing.
Oh my gosh, another one of your stinking wives.
No, I've coined this one as being the overprotective mother on Twitter.
I see.
But yeah, we're from the otakuspirit.com website. But yeah, this is our my unboxing of Saber Alter, the huke version from Good Smile Company, 1/7 scale. And my gosh, it came in a gigantic box, so I had to specifically aim the camera and pre-record everything. We could not do a live unboxing because there was just too much to this thing.
Considering the box is like 3 feet tall by 4 feet wide by yeah.
I was a little scared because when I first bought it, or when it was first being shipped, they only shipped one box, and when I arrived, it was one box. And I'm like, wait, there's supposed to be this original illustration print that goes with it, but they kind of packed it into one whole thing. And yeah, it was expensive to ship apparently. So I feel like I've ripped Good Smile Company off because I think it ended up costing like $125 to ship this over here, and I only paid basically $20 because it was pre-ordered at that cost. So I got quite a deal for all this stuff because, of course, the illustration, it was a exclusive gift as well. So the illustration plus the shipping cost, it was like, okay, this was a huge purchase still, but now everything feels like it's way worth it, and I'm extremely happy because it arrived safely. And it makes sense why it costs so much to ship, because that box that it's in is like the heaviest thing ever. It's like I thought the frame was what was making it heavy, but taking the frame out, it's still a heavy box. So yeah, that and the fact that a lot of people were concerned about this one having leaning problems and if the base would be able to support her or not. The base is really heavy as well, so it all kinds of come together in the end. But yeah, I was really excited for this one when they announced it a while back because the artwork that Fuke did for this one was amazing, and I think they definitely brought that to life in this figure. It was nice to have that illustration to go along with it because it's glass. It is kind of a plasticky frame, but it is nice glass, so it turned out really well. But yeah, the box. I think most of this this puts Apple to shame. It's literally a hard box. It has the slide out drawer type entry of everything, the figure and the framing, and then it has all these illustrations inside there. Inside the box, there's a cool little illustration of Alter in there. It's really awesome.
I've only seen boxes as extravagant as yours, and a couple companies pull those off. It's like, I think the last time I seen it was you were mentioning the Claymore box, and then the one before that was one of those gaming graphics cards.
Yeah, graphics cards. When you spend a lot on graphics cards, they get pretty elaborate too. But yeah, Apple's another one that usually is pretty crazy in the boxing. But yeah, finally here's Saber Alter. She did come with the 2 chains are actually loose, and they were probably, besides the sword, probably the most difficult thing to put on here. I do want to also note that people were concerned about the pins for her. They're also steel as well, so no fear in there and those snapping. But yeah, the chains, it comes with instructions. I think that was one of the first times I've ever used instructions for a figure, because you have to actually hand wrap the chains around her feet as they're illustrated, and I ended up doing it off camera because it took so long. I think the entire unboxing process was like 30 minutes, and most of that was just trying to get the chains around her legs exactly how they show it so that it matches the art for it. So but it came out in the end. The sword was a pain in the butt because I think the hand wasn't quite opened enough, and so I ended up having to afterwards force the handle part through her hand. That was terrifying, but ended up working in the end, so I'm okay now.
Forcing is not something that collectors work well with.
Not fond at all. But yeah, of course, I got tons of pictures of this, and the picture turned out great. This is one of the few figures that usually whenever I take pictures of figures, of course, this is on a DSLR, and it can get really close. You can zoom in on these images so well, and that's why they work so great for doing these shots, is because you can zoom in on them and you can get really close and not lose that quality. But that usually means that you get close to things like specks and blemishes and scratches and stuff like that. It's nice that a figure like this, it was probably nice for them because it's supposed to look rustic, it's supposed to look kind of slightly damaged because it's got that kind of rustic look to her outfit and everything. But at the same time, there was no visible blemishes even still. So even when I took all these images and I started processing them, they still looked fantastic. I did not have to worry about, oh, is there blemishes that I might have to cover up? Because not that I cover them up for any particular reason, but the fact that you don't normally see those blemishes until you get in really close with a camera that is taking really high detailed pictures. So having that ability to get close and show people these images is just kind of really awesome. So any other comments you got from you?
No,
I can verify that she is wearing quite revealing undue pants as well. So
okay,
that's interesting. I didn't get too adventurous with the shots, but I'm probably sure everybody's seen it earlier when I was trying to figure out the feet. But yeah, that's important for people to note. I know that on most figure sites, that's one of the first pictures is people noting what kinds. So you can check those out if you will. But yeah, I love all the etching and the marking on her armor as well. I forgot to note that. But
the runes.
Yeah, the runes and everything that's all over her armor. What would you call it? The kind of tabard or whatever that's up the front looks really amazing in this picture. But yeah, that's just a lot of incredible. I mean, if you were begging something out of me in a critique, I would probably say I'm not a fan with the idea that her hair was so glossy looking. And the sword looks fine, but it doesn't quite match how the rustic look of everything else. And it's kind of hard to capture what that sword is in a PVC figure, but that would be my own two things you could possibly pull out of me. Outside of that, it is an incredible figure. It's huge. I'm happy that it actually fits in my display case. I was afraid it wouldn't fit in my Detolf, but she's like almost perfect fitting in there, not too tall or whatever. So that worked out as well too. So
for a case as big as that is, I mean, I'm surprised how small she is. Just being honest.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Hope you guys enjoyed our commentary. Hope you enjoyed the pictures. And we thank you all for watching, and you all have fun and take care.
Os.